This is Henry Kenywa, your coffee friend, your coffee expert, your coffee teacher. Today, we are going to discuss, I'd like to take you through to understand how does the farmer get paid? How can you calculate from the auction sales back to establish how much your farmer will be paid? First, we want to go through what are these costs that the farmers need to incur. I think you have said before that what is traded at the auction is coffee beans, but the farmer sells cherry. So you have to learn to convert at any one time. Whatever you find is actually the price of coffee or your coffee at the auction. You always have to make sure to remember to divide that by 6.5 to know what should be the gross pay. What is the gross pay for cherry? Now, what does that mean, the gross pay for cherry? Because that money is the whole amount that coffee has fetched. And right now, thanks to DSS, the direct settlement scheme, the money now goes direct to the cooperative's account. And there's a conversation, I think last week I had the minister, the CS, Honorable Simon Chilgu, is saying they're even looking at how DSS can be able to pay money directly to the farmer's account. We hope you'll get there. But now what we are seeing currently, DSS sends money directly to the cooperative account. So what are these costs that are subtracted from the pay to arrive at the net pay to the farmer? First, you have to deduct the cost of the broker's fee. Is normally by law is a maximum of 2.5% of gross. So you find many of them charge less than that. Then there's meeting charges, and meeting charges are between $40 and $65 per ton. Then there are a few other charges: handling fee, transport fee, and one thing that the NCE has directed, I think it will start from the coming season, is to make sure that all these costs are harmonized and are uploaded to DSS, so that they are all deducted from DSS and they are understandable. Now, let's now go, once the money goes to the farmer, to the cooperative account, how much then again is the farmers paid? By law, the cooperative can deduct for their cost a maximum of 20%. A maximum of 20%. However, we have to understand what costs this 20% is supposed to cover. It is supposed to cover the cost of pulping, that is diesel for those who use diesel, electricity, water, labor, and labor is basically now the secretary manager, maybe a clerk, factory manager, watchman. These are the kind of the people that are paid at that point. Now, and as a farmer, how can you make sure that you are always on top of your game? Please always make sure you attend the AGMs. During the AGM, the leadership are supposed to present a budget to the members. Budget means this is how much we are going to spend on processing, this is what we're going to spend. So the farmers at that level can say, we are passing this amount, and all the members need to take note. Then it is during the AGM that the manager also introduce the brokers or the millers that they want to appoint or the contract people. So at that point, as a farmer, make sure you also take note how much will the broker be charging you and how much will the miller charge, so that you will have all these charges. Now, what you find is that some cooperatives are very efficient and they're able to only deduct less than 20%. We saw a case last week in Kirinyaga, and we contrasted two cooperatives. We had one cooperative in Rungeto that's called a factory called Kie, and one cooperative in Mutira called Kiangundu. Kiangundu had subtracted the amount that they had paid the farmers was less 42%. They had deducted like 42%. While on the other side, on Rungeto, Kie had actually paid the farmers 95%. What that means is most likely Kie is very efficient, and there are different levels of increasing efficiencies at the factory level, and these farmers should be able to know and can work. Number one is make sure you have enough cherry to process. One of the main reasons that could increase the cost is like the factory maybe was established when a certain the volume there was 1 million kilos. Now, the area you find, now they're only meeting 100 kilos. So, of course, that the cost should be high. So, and as you find that the cooperative for factories that has more higher volume, their cost sometimes is down. So that is increase the volume. Number two, reduce the number of management. How should you be having like a cooperative is only 100 kilo, but they have 14 members or 30, whatever number. Just make sure, I know one cooperative has only 5. Reduce so that you reduce the cost. Thirdly, and that's what I think you saw in the cabinet, Momo, the issue of renewing the pulping station. Make sure that your pulping are efficient and then they are able to pulp. So in a nutshell, what the amount that is paid at the auction, divided by 6.5%. It will give you the price by cherry. Then subtract a broker's fee that you need to know, subtract the milling cost and all the other cost, and then finally subtract the cost that you guys agreed at the factory. So it should never be a surprise to any farmer how much they're being paid. A farmer should be able to just very quickly follow every Tuesday, and if there's any coffee that's been sold out, they follow and make sure that they can be able to tell whether what they're being paid is the correct amount or there's a problem. And finally, for the cooperatives, please make sure that you disclose all these costs to your farmers. I've seen many that even when the prices are low, farmers are rational people. If you involve them from setting the budget and the cost, and do the math and present the meeting statements, and they all agree, you'll find a cooperative paying even 60 shillings, and farmers are okay, or even 30 shillings, 40 shillings and farmers are, 50 shillings and farmers are okay. Another one is paying 100 or 80, but farmers are not okay because it's not the amount being paid, it is how that amount was arrived at. Farmers, take care of your coffee. Attend the AGMs, understand your math, and take charge. A farmer is king, but farmer, if you're told is king, you have to make yourself you are the king. Thank you.